Yo! How's it going? It's Viktor Wilk. Good morning. Welcome to Thursday, or good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever. Looks like a lot of people been listening to the show on demand. I guess it don't suck too bad. I don't know, the last few have been pretty good. Hopefully today is decent. You know, you wouldn't think this would be that tough of a job, right? You jump on a microphone and yap. It's that finding content that's fun, that I could put some kind of an angle on, that I may or may not know something about, but, you know, at least I can pretend and try to entertain you as you head to work or do whatever you're doing to get rolling for the day. Yeah, I mean, there are some mornings where I just want to punch myself in the face because I feel like I'm sucking and not delivering, you know, at least a decent show for you. So, yeah, I'm hoping today ends up pretty good. We'll see. Let's take a look at internet predictions here to start the show. Why not, right? What's your I'm calling it now prediction? What kind of predictions do I have? I don't know. It's a little bit early to start pondering the future. You know? What's going to happen? I don't know. I need more coffee. I ran out of instant coffee at my house. No way to start the day. Let's see. According to people on the internet, very popular prediction right now, and I could believe this one. All social networks will crumble under the weight of AI-generated content and will be deserted or will need to be completely overhauled to remain usable by humans. It's already getting that way. How much of your social media feed is AI that you know is AI? Like, it's blatantly obvious. Like the very funny videos making the rounds where I've seen multiple versions of the same one where there'll be an airplane and all of a sudden there's an explosion in the airplane and you got a mom with a baby and she panics. So she's crying. She throws the baby out the window of the airplane. The baby starts falling. And then magically it's got a parachute, kind of like when the stork drops the baby. But the baby falls into the ocean. And then a little kitty will come swimming up and rescue the baby, swim it back to shore with the baby on its back. And then it'll raise the baby on a deserted island. Have you seen that? So those are AI videos that you know are AI. If you didn't know, those are AI. Okay, that's not real. But then you've got the percentage of your social media feed that's AI that may or may not be real. You know, it's usually pretty obvious, but not obvious enough that a lot of people won't fall for it. For some reason, lately, celebrities doing crazy deeds seem to be the videos that are popping up the most on my feed. And people fall for these like crazy. Like, oh, Elon Musk went into a burning building and ran out with 4 babies in his arms. And, you know, they've got this AI-generated photo of Elon Musk holding a big pile of babies. And, you know, he's all covered in soot. And you're like, that didn't happen. But people are putting the heart emojis. And I've seen some with Jelly Roll recently that were like, all right, Jelly Roll's doing a lot of good things for people. But some of these images I'm seeing, I'm like, come on. He doesn't even have tattoos on his face. That is not Jelly Roll. Okay? He's very easy to spot. As far as I know, he hasn't started wearing makeup to cover up his tattoos. Yeah, I could certainly see with the crazy fast way at which AI content has taken over social media, it just crushing everything else at some point and people giving up. You know, at this point, it's all fun and games, but I have seen this affecting, the reach of, just normal people's content, like my own. Or else people just don't like me anymore. Could be one or the other. Let's see here. Coursework, homework will no longer be used for formal assessment because of AI. I'm surprised it's being used now. Like, It is a great time to be a teenager in high school if you have homework. Because, okay, let's see. Let me just feed my homework into ChatGPT. Here's all the answers. You can't do it in a formal testing situation yet. They'll figure out a way to be able to, somehow use your thoughts to, pipe the questions into your phone and then it routes it back into your head. I don't know. Let's see. Someone trying to think of a positive one. With our growing older population, the emphasis of curing Alzheimer's will be bumped more as a priority, and the current trials that have been looking good will get more of a push to mainstream practice. I would hope so. In the modern age, we've got a lot of medical advancements that'll lead to people living to older ages. I'm hoping I make it a ways. I'd like to be around for a while. I would hope some of these, things like Alzheimer's, dementia, that they would start to work a little bit harder on them if we are going to have a larger, older population. So it's a decent prediction. It's optimistic. Kind of hard to be optimistic in this day and age, so I like seeing that. All right, let's see. It all seems to be about automated stuff, automated vehicles, automated forklift drivers. Yeah, no kidding. Internet search will be completely useless soon. You'll hear a rumor or just make one up, do a search for it, and AI bots will just generate pics and news confirming it. The truth will be completely indiscernible. We're halfway to that point now. I mean, there's the news itself. Depending on what news source you watch, you're going to get a certain perspective on it. We're pretty much already at the point where a lot of people have no idea how to find out the truth. And fake information gets shared so, just rampant that I'm just kind of coasting at this point, people. I hope the future's okay for our children. But, it's been a wild ride. Living in the times that I grew up in, watching the changes that have happened. I'm sure that's what everybody says, but let's see here. All right. It's just a lot of people predicting more AI stuff. So, all right. That's enough with predictions for now. You see this article about this guy who made a new leash? New leash for dogs. Now, I saw this pop up yesterday, but I didn't read it. So we might as well check it out since we've got a local inventor trying to help out dog owners. Thomas Nelson from Rigby. Guess he was tired of his hand getting crushed in the constant tug and pull every time he took his Labrador for a walk. So he made this hands-free leash. All right. So it has a handle with an adjustable strap to wrap around your waist, and a built-in bungee feature absorbs the shock from your dog's tugging and pulling so you don't feel it. I was going to say, you wrap a leash around your waist, you might suddenly get yanked to the ground. Now, I'm looking at this guy's dog. I'm not judging, all right? Just doesn't look like a very big dog. You wouldn't think it was that tough, that it's crushing your hand, but hey, this is a great product. It has reflective strips on it for walking at night, and it's also super easy to use. That's pretty cool. That guy looks familiar, too. I swear I met this guy. Thomas Nelson. Why does he look so familiar? Well, anyway, we've had a lot of dog-related news here in East Idaho, like Reginald, the world's tallest dog living in Idaho Falls, which, why have we not lined up Peaches for a photo shoot with this dog? If we have the tallest dog in the world, isn't that kind of in the world? And also the tallest radio DJ in the world. Yeah, there's probably somebody taller, but Peaches, just claim it. We got to get him out for a photo shoot. Here's what we do. We get Thomas Nelson down here with the leash. We hook the leash onto Peaches, the leash onto the world's tallest dog, and we just send Peaches out into the streets, right? Not literally into the streets, not in oncoming traffic, but, just out roaming around town. If you've seen the recent videos, Peaches needs a pal. He needs a friend, all right? I'm not saying that we need to give him the world's largest dog, but maybe they just get to hang out every once in a while. And he can take it for a walk with this incredible leash created by Thomas Nelson. Now, if you want to buy the hands-free leash, it is available on Amazon. Search for Pawform, Pawform, one word, Pawform hands-free dog leash. And it's got nothing but 5-star ratings. Looks like people are digging it. So, yeah. If you got a dog and it's been crushing your hand, oh, they have the same dog in the picture that's in the article. Isn't that precious? Anyway, if you got a problem with the dog crushing your hand, Thomas Nelson got you taken care of. Pretty cool. These are the type of stories you can find at eastidahonews.com. Not all the news has to be bad news. Could just be fun dog news. All right? Brightening up your day. I hope you had a good evening last night. I managed to get myself, pretty much enraged last night. I had a weird day yesterday. It went all over the place. I had a good day. I was productive at work. Had a fun show. Everything went well as far as I can recall. And then I got off work. It seemed like a normal afternoon. It was going fine pretty much right after I got off. Got home, and I had a few things I needed to get done. Simple tasks. Needed to pay some bills, and I was going to mow my front yard. Because my front yard looks terrible, and I'm sure my neighbors, the retired folks that are surrounding me in the cul-de-sac, I'm sure they're getting very disappointed with how trashy my yard's looking. It doesn't look good, I know it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go home, I'm going to pay a few bills, and then I'm going to mow the lawn. Simple day, right? Piece of cake. No. Go up to my studio, get on my nice computer, sit down, and I'm like, this thing's not running very good. Guess I'll reboot it. So, give it the old reboot. It installs some kind of a Windows update. I thought it was sounding kind of weird, too. Thought I was hearing a sound out of it. Turn it back on. Bam, it just turns off. I'm like, okay, I don't like that. But this has happened before after a Windows update, so I figure, it's going to kick back on, it's going to have some errors, and it's going to fix it, and it'll be fine. No. It's dead. The computer's dead. It's just not working. I managed to get it to turn on at one point, and I was all excited, but then I hear... I don't know what piece of hardware inside of it is broken, but all I do know is I don't have the money to buy computer parts. Times are tough. And I would imagine, thankfully it's an older computer. Hopefully there are parts that are already sitting in the U.S., for a reasonable rate. What if I got to pay that, the new tariff rates for computer components? So now I got to get like Jade or someone over to my house to, help me troubleshoot it, because I know computers pretty well, but when it comes to taking them apart and things like that, I'm just a little uneasy. So I'm all frustrated because I need my computer, all right, for a variety of reasons. It's 2025, okay? Now I have another crappy computer hooked up to my TV, so I was able to pay the bills. But then I'm paying bills, and I'm going to pay one off. If you pay off a bill, how good that feels. You're like, all right. And I've had a game plan to pay this one off for a while. Was a bill for tires, And when it comes to my truck, I've had some frustrations recently. So anything to do with my truck could potentially, put me into a meltdown mode. I'm very defeated when it comes to some issues with my truck as of late. So I go to pay the bill off on my truck tires, and I had apparently done my math wrong on, when I needed to pay it off, because it was a finance thing. You get a certain amount of time, you finance, and you get zero interest. I'm like, great. I'll pay these big chunks each month. It's a pain, but once I get it paid off, great. I timed it wrong. So they smashed me with all of the interest. So I called them, a good half hour on the phone with a credit card company, basically. And I'm like, please, can you see? Look, had I paid this 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't have applied these hundreds of dollars of fees. Please, can you do anything for me? And this is why you should always be nice to customer service. All right? Don't ever start yelling at them or anything like that. Just be polite and see what they can do to help you out. They did eventually work with me a little bit on the fees. I still had to pay stuff. I'm so mad that I had to pay, but it wasn't as bad as it could be. So by the end of that, I was just so mad. I got a broken computer. I don't know what it's going to take to fix it. I just had to dump hundreds of dollars that I didn't want to or expect to into a bill. Money's tight for all of us these days. I got an empty fridge. Because I've been eating soft foods because of the teeth thing, which, is fine now. I think I'm back to just being able to eat normal. But I don't know. It just got kind of dark in my house last night. I was so bummed out. But there's still good sprinkled throughout the evening, for sure. It wasn't all bad. But, again, these are first world problems, right? I was able to pay the bill. I'll hopefully be able... I have a computer, that hopefully I can fix. These are things that it could be worse. I could have no vehicle. I could have no computer. But it still had me just completely enraged. So really hoping today works out better. Or I'm just going to sleep all weekend. Just going to close all the curtains, hide in my dark house, and just sleep. I can't take it anymore! So anyway, that was my evening. And thank you for letting me vent to you about it. Because it was not good. Kept me from being able to get to sleep, but that's all right. What do you do? Forge ahead. Life's challenging. Throws surprises at you. And sometimes you just got to figure it out. Anyway, there you go. I got it out of my system. I'll get back to telling you about dumb things in the news like don't eat cucumbers or whatever. All right, warning. We got health warnings. Some of which, may actually be worth talking about. Others, due to the content, I'm just going to talk about. All right, we'll start with cucumbers. Okay, apparently there's been a salmonella outbreak prompting a cucumber recall. These are for cucumbers grown by South Florida-based Bednar growers between April 29th and May 19th. Now, as far as people getting sick, they don't have Idaho listed as one of the 15 states where people are having problems. But they also said, we don't really know where all these cucumbers went. So you should probably take a look at your cucumbers. And, if you can't tell if it was grown by Bednar growers, just, throw it out. Take a look and see if it's Bednar growers or Fresh Start Produce Sales, Inc. And, hopefully retailers are dealing with this. But, chuck the cucumbers, okay, just in case. That's what they're saying to do. And then in other health-related news, now this was in China, but it could happen anywhere. A man with never-ending cough has been diagnosed with parrot chlamydia after accidentally breathing in chicken poo. Yeah, flu-like illness caused by contact with infected chickens. How many chicken problems do we got to worry about? Geez, this one can leave you with severe pneumonia or brain and heart inflammation. Oh, man. This dumb guy right here, last thing I need is, a brain inflammation. Already, I'm dumb enough. I don't know if brain inflammation makes you dumb. All right. I'm no scientist here. But yeah, this guy, he kept pigeons, he had chickens, and yeah, they said he accidentally breathed in a little bit of chicken poo. They found inside of his lungs ground glass opacite. Opacities? Sorry, that's a tough word to read early. A hazy pattern that shows up with people with viral pneumonia or COVID. And this is a bad thing to try to get rid of. Parrot fever. They gave him antibiotics. He just kept getting worse and worse. This guy was a mess. So, another reason I'm going to stay away from birds, huh? Just, be aware, poo. Poo can do some bad things to you. Beware the poo. All right, here we go. Let's party. Freak news. Okay. Got a news broadcaster. New York area. I don't know how you say the name of this city. Schenectady? I don't know. Anyway, she was pregnant. Her water bursts while live on air. She goes into labor, and then she just still keeps doing the show. I mean, this sounds like a, just overzealous program director behind the scenes. Hey, listen, I know you got a baby on the way, but we can't have any dead air, all right? You need to make sure to finish the show. Then you can go deliver your baby. Or else you need to just deliver that baby right here live on the air. So anyway, yeah. She did the show and finished it up. And then, went and delivered her baby. Congratulations. They shared it on social media and everything. I guess, you got to get that content out there. Olivia's water just broke in the newsroom. This might be a first for CBS 6. Oh, she actually talks about it? Okay, hang on. Let's see if we can pull up this audio here.
Guys, this is an April Fool's. Olivia's water broke. In the newsroom, right?
In the newsroom.
Okay, here, hold the phone. You gotta tell people what's going on.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. This is my first time. I'm new here. So yesterday.
Okay, that's a 3-hour video, and that it's not the news broadcast. It's like a phone video. 3 hours? Okay, well, congratulations. All right, what else do we have here? Okay, I already talked about the cucumbers. I guess if you own a bearded dragon, little lizards, not the type of pet I would own. I'm a wuss. They, kind of scare me. I like kittens, all right? Little kittens. But I don't know if I could rely on my cats to save my life like this bearded dragon. This guy, he gets woke up middle of the night by his bearded dragon Spike, jumped on his face and just started, scratching and, jumping around, opens his eyes and sees that his bathroom is on fire. Yeah, he slept through the smoke alarms. That sounds like something I would do. Sometimes I am just out cold. I think I need to put a smoke alarm in my room. There's one right outside of my bedroom door, but I think I need to put one in there. Because, Koopa, well, he's pretty good at waking me up. He's pretty loud, but he tries to wake me up all the time, so I'd probably sleep through that too. I usually just ignore the, you can go outside in a bit. Chill. Let me sleep. It's the weekend. What's wrong with you? So anyway, congrats to this guy as well for having his life saved by his pet. Generally, it's dogs that do that, but apparently bearded dragons, very good as well. Finally, I wouldn't think a pawn shop's the best place to try to rob, I mean, pawn shops sell guns and stuff, right? Well, somebody tried to rob a Japanese pawn shop, and the owners just beat the crap out of this guy. They sprayed him with bug spray, and then just started swinging golf clubs, then started smashing up the getaway car. Did he end up getting caught? Oh, they smashed the windshield so it would crack, and they wouldn't be able to see. Squared off against the guy with the crowbar. Yeah, this was an older couple fighting two burglars. And, let's see. This is a long article. I mean, they're talking about spraying the bug spray through a hole in the window. Just pumping that insecticide into the vehicle. The guys ended up running off. They left their vehicle and their sack of, would-be stolen goods behind, and no injury to the owners. Nothing like that. Now they're, I guess, still on the lookout for the criminals, but you never know. Never know. Try to rob somebody, might end up having a really bad time. Bug spraying a golf club to the head. Doesn't sound pleasant. All right, back with more in a minute. I really don't know why people got to fight about everything nowadays. We talk about it a lot. No matter what the topic is, no matter how good it is, people will find a way to get all butthurt and start arguments on social media about anything. You could have world hunger has been solved. Somebody's going to have negative comments about it. Well, I was looking at an article that popped up about a topic I've talked about many times on this show, the Cascadia Subduction Zone, and what would happen if a major rupture happened along that. We'd have, a mega thrust earthquake. And this article says scientists warn if a 1,000-foot mega tsunami spurs from an active fault line, it could wipe part of America off the map. Now, when I've been on the West Coast, you'll see the tsunami zones. I thought it was like a 100-foot wave or something. I don't know, 1,000-foot wave. That's crazy. So I don't know if the Independent got something wrong there. I'd have to pull up some other articles about this. But anyhow, there have been countless articles about, a mega tsunami hitting the West Coast for years. And the earthquake could, do major damage to cities like Seattle and Portland. Parts of the West Coast probably completely wiped out. Like, I know I've read that one of the worst spots was like Seaside, Oregon, which sucks because it's a cool town. But basically from Northern California all the way up to Vancouver, British Columbia, could get, 8.0 earthquake, and then also this mega tsunami. So this is just a little bit of science. They've figured out through, taking samples from the ground and things like that, how often these things happen. It's every few hundred years. So we're at this point, likely to see this happen within the next 50 years. You go to the comments on the article, and then the dumpster fire erupts. You got people talking about, this is a scam for insurance companies to raise rates, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, insurance company and science nerds working for the, U.S. Geological Survey. They're in cahoots. Why does everything have to be a conspiracy theory? And then, for some reason, the comments just spiral out of control into political arguments that you see on every other article. Like, what does the president of the U.S. have to do whatsoever with this? There are people fighting about Biden and Trump in the comments on a science article. I just don't understand people. There's not even any logic to how they get there. They just start going with it. I don't know what happened with science. When all of a sudden people just don't believe in science anymore. But, my daughter lives on the West Coast. I've constantly talked to her about you need to, be prepared in case this happens. Make sure you've got extra water in your vehicle, some snacks that could get you by for a few days. I sent her a really, huge first aid kit to keep in her vehicle just a week or two ago. I'm paranoid about it. I worry about her being over there if something happened. Because I don't know if you've never watched any documentaries about this. It's crazy. It's crazy. It'd be like the worst natural disaster the country's ever seen. But I guess, in 2025, some people, they just put our heads in the sand. I just don't get people. Anyway, try to avoid arguing about stupid things. Just always. I don't get it. People have lost their minds. Well, I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend coming up. Weather's still looking good. Actually, let me pull it up and dive a little bit deeper here. Because you know what Memorial Day weekend's like around here. Every year, great forecast all week. But then once that weekend actually approaches, all of a sudden, so does that forecast. No, they're still optimistic about mid to high 70s and sunny in the cities. So maybe I'll actually be able to get something done around my house. And as long as I can avoid finding broken things around my house and having a meltdown about it. Ugh, stupid computer. Okay. So anyway, speaking of Memorial Day, paying tribute to those who are lost, defending our country. We want to try to do something to give back a little bit. So after Memorial Day, on Monday, June 2nd, we're going to be doing the Memorial Day cleanup, and we'd love to have you out if you want to join us for this. We're going to be heading out to a variety of local cemeteries in the area to help clean up and take care of the tributes left behind. I will personally be at the Rose Hill Cemetery in Idaho Falls, kicking off at 8 a.m. on Monday, June 2nd. And Peaches is going to be at Fielding Memorial at the same time. We'll be teamed up with Teton Auto Credit, just doing some cleanup. And you're welcome to join us. We'd love to have you out there. I've talked to a few listeners who are going to come out, which is great. It's a simple way to give back a little bit and show some respect. So if you're in a different area, our sister stations are going to be out and about as well. The Hawk's going to be at the Rexburg Cemetery with Teton Volkswagen at 10 a.m. Blackfoot Cemetery, you're going to have Classy 97 hanging out with Teton Honda at 8 a.m. And then Z103 is going to be at the Shelley Cemetery with Teton Toyota at 7 a.m. So we're going to kind of be out and about all over the place, and we'd love to have you out with us, helping out with the memorial cleanup. So, yeah, mark your calendar. Come say hi. Would be great to see you. And I hope, again, that you have a wonderful and safe Memorial Day weekend. Drive cautiously. Memorial Day weekend, the kickoff of the 100 Deadliest Days of Driving in Idaho. So, yeah, be extra aware on the roads. Be safe. If you're out having fun, get yourself a DD. Don't do stupid things while camping. I hope you have a great time with your fam. All right. Sometimes people decide to take their kids to weird places on vacation. What 3-year-old is going to enjoy a trip to Ford's Theater? Yeah, where Abraham Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth? Well, this family decided, this sounds like a great time. Let's take our daughter, little 3-year-old Lainey, and let's teach her about American history. So they went to Ford's Theater Museum in Washington, D.C., and explained that President Abraham Lincoln was hurt by someone named John Wilkes Booth. And apparently that just stuck in this kid's head. So days later, they visit the Lincoln Memorial, and she's like, he got shot by John Wilkes Booth. She recognized Abraham Lincoln. And John Wilkes Booth just sat in her little head. So they got home, and now she's just terrified that John Wilkes Booth is hiding in her room. He's under my bed. So, every night, they've got to go in, check under the bed for John Wilkes Booth, check in the closets, and, they've tried to assure her that he isn't alive. He's been gone for, 150 years, but she still can't chill on it. You never know what's going to traumatize your children. You don't need to teach a 3-year-old about John Wilkes Booth, okay? They'll learn about John Wilkes Booth in elementary school eventually. And hopefully by that age can realize people don't live to, 200 years old or whatever. But I don't know. I think their videos are pretty popular on social media where she's just in horror that John Wilkes Booth might be hiding in a room. And then, they've got pictures of Abraham Lincoln hanging up too. I don't know. That's just a reminder. You can't give this girl pennies, okay? Clear the Abraham Lincoln out of your house if your daughter is terrified of things relating to Abraham Lincoln. No. So anyway, yeah. How about the Kids Science Museum? I don't know what they've got in Washington, D.C., but there's got to be better places to take a 3-year-old than the, Lincoln Memorial or the place where Lincoln was shot. They have to have some kind of fun family activities to do, but I've never been there, so I don't know. Oh, you're on mic 3.
Turn me on, fool.
Use mic 2.
No.
Oh, jeez.
No. I want this one.
I already heard enough of that. Would you like to let people know about driving during the 100 deadliest days of driving?
Brent Gordon Lawn. All 101 cares that you arrive alive during the 101 deadliest days on the road. Or if you want the K-Bear one. See if I can sound like Brian. K-Bear. Getting close. Maybe somewhere in there.
Yeah, you come in here, you turn all the lights on, the school lights, as I call them. And then I got 7 minutes of, all right, everybody.
With my
Be safe.
All 101. Idaho's alternative. That voice right there.
Yeah.
Where I'm here, but I don't really care.
Don't become a statistic.
That's
blah,
right.
blah, blah. Like, jeez. You turned the lights on so I wouldn't fall asleep, I think.
That's right.
The nice soothing sounds of the voice of Jade Davis.
I'm trying to voice that first thing in the morning when my voice is more like this.
Oh, yeah.
It's all gravelly.
Voice work, it's no time to do voice work at 8 a.m.
Unless you're doing movie trailer stuff. This summer,
Yeah.
it's the 101 deadliest days on the road.
Why don't you do them that way? That'd be kind of fun. Make them really gruesome. You could get pretty descriptive. This is what could happen to you.
Like those, the insurance commercials, the ones where he's just beat to death.
Yeah, dude, they used to
Mayhem can happen anywhere.
They used to have much better commercials like, don't park on the train tracks. And then they would show just mangled vehicles and dead people. The best ones were the don't do meth ads that were on the billboards.
Those ones.
Those were
You look at
crazy.
me like, whoa!
Just people with rotting faces, dead bodies. You're like, okay, I won't. Jeez. Why did they stop doing those? That had to be an effective campaign.
You would think so.
But I'm sure Karens were calling, your scary images out when I'm driving with my family. Sometimes you got to show people the truth, all right? Sometimes people need to face reality, all right?
With a pizza face.
Yeah, the people all curled up in a dirty bathroom, they're all bruised up and
it's too early for this.
Skin's green. This is my show, dude. What are you talking about?
I could bake at my show real quick.
Does that mean I get to sleep in?
Nope, I'll still call you at 6 a.m.
You would. At least now you have the record for hitting me up the latest. I've hit you up kind of late before. You hit me up pretty late the other evening. It was fun.
It's because I figured you were still awake.
I was.
Do we want to leave? Hey!
I don't know about that. I was.
Hello!
I was just simply up reading. Reading a good book. This weekend's going to be hopefully a little bit more relaxation than last weekend. We did a lot of work last weekend.
Yes, we did.
So
the classy 97 second chance prom.
That was fun. It was fun. I saw they put me in all my glory in the recap video. Arms outstretched, looking awesome. Thank you, Maddie. I assume she threw that video together.
Should have put the Peaches Pal video in there.
Yeah, the Peaches Pal video.
Just ended with that one.
Just right at the end.
That is such a funny video.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny trend. If you happen to see Peaches by himself in public, just film him a little bit, send him the video, and then we'll put the music to it. All by myself. Peaches needs friends, everybody. All right. Well, now that I'm done listening to you babble on for 7 minutes about road safety.
Well, guess what? You're going to hear more of it over the summer.
Oh,
because
well,
the 101 deadliest days on the road starts this weekend.
That's right. I actually mentioned that earlier.
And K-Bear 101 and Brent Gordon Law want you to be safe.
I got the message.
Because we cares. We cares about you.
You know what would be good? You put the whole VO
all in one.
All 7 or 8 minutes, and that's what airs every time the cares message airs. With all of your, like, clearing your throat. All of the flubs. People don't realize what it takes for us to have these polished promos some days. I was talking with our new guy, Tyson, about that yesterday. You know, some days you're just trying to read a spot and it isn't happening.
Or you get a phrase where the words don't work with your tongue. But other people can make it work, but for some reason it doesn't work with yours.
That was one of the reasons that I wanted to stop calling K-Bear Idaho's only real rock station.
Real rock.
Real rock.
Real rock.
It's so hard to say. Real rock.
Real rock.
It's like, no.
Here's Idaho's only real rock station.
Yeah, we're just the only rock station. That's much easier to say. I mean, it's funner.
It's more arrogant.
It's way more arrogant, way more
on
fun.
point for rock.
Yeah. It's funny when people hit us up every once in a while and like, dude, I know there are other rock stations.
You don't rock, only I rock. Shut up.
They don't exist. Fake news. All right. Well, do you have any more VO you need to record?
We'll see what Peaches does.
All right.
If he deletes this one, then yes.
Peaches, if I have to listen to Jade talk about road safety for 8 minutes straight again, I'm coming for you, bro.
I'm going to go from 7 to 8.
I don't care how big you are. Coming for you. Yeah.
Suffering succotash.
I had braces for like 2 years as an adult, and trying to do a radio show with braces was horrible.
Trying to do anything with braces is horrible.
Oh, here, let me turn these lights on real quick.
Peaches, if you touch that light switch, I'm going to break your kneecaps.
Oh, the big light.
So what's this break you had for the show, Peaches?
So, Jade was in here doing the Alt 101 voice.
Don't remind me, yes.
Well, I realized yesterday I didn't have the VO from him.
Yes.
And so I decided, I'm like, hey, you know what? We have AI. Potentially I could, voice it. But then I took his audio, like from previous months of him recording, and put it into 11 Labs, and it's there if you want to use it.
That's some
it's
stuff.
in 11 Labs.
Yeah, it's AI JD. I just tried messing with it with Maddie there. I put like, Viktor Wolf's the best, God, I suck, and this whole thing.
Nice. Funny enough, I've been so busy because, I'm required to do so many tasks around here. I haven't even got to play with 11 Labs yet. Everybody gets to have all the fun but me. I'm listening to country music day after day after day. It's all I do is listen to country music.
If you ever want to switch, let me know. You can play with 11 Labs. I'll listen to country music.
Sure.
I'll take the bullet for you.
All right.
I got you.
Because 11 Labs sounds like fun. I know Brad Barlow's on there, and I need to make all kinds of VO with Brad Barlow talking about how awesome I am. So now if Jade's on there too. Yeah, let's just get everyone we know on there.
Pull it up real quick.
I don't know how to use it.
Oh, just go to 11 Labs.
I don't even have logins.
Just type into 11 Labs. It automatically logs in.
If I'm in your profile?
Any profile.
It won't automatically just log in, Peaches. I'll go to your profile.
Go 11 Labs.
Oh my gosh, you're giving me training on air.
Hey guys, welcome back to my tutorial.
Peaches, talking to the microphone. I can't hear you. Get over to the microphone. There you go. That'd be more helpful. Okay, voices. Okay. Don't touch that light switch. Okay, now search for JD.
No. Go to my voices.
Oh my gosh, Peaches, you're a nightmare.
Right there, the top one. Click on the preview.
Okay.
Tell me that it sounds like Jade.
Okay, let me turn down that audio.
Astronomy teaches us about faraway worlds as lemonade cools the iciest thirst.
That does sound like Jade Davis.
Yeah.
Now, what's this? Why you don't you be trying to put me up in here?
I was trying to clone your voice.
I know you tried to get me to read some kind of a sentence. I'm like, no, I'm not going to read that sentence.
I think the cadence in your voice is like kind of hard to replicate.
I don't think
Jade's pretty monotone.
Yeah, I don't think they could AI me very well.
Right.
Because I'm very expressive. That's why people love me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
We could easily clone Peaches. He's a Howard Stern clone as it is.
That's right.
Have you tried putting your voice in there yet?
I think I did. It made me sound a little bit more feminine, to be quite honest.
Brenda Pear back.
Brenda Pear. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So go to use on the right-hand side there.
Go to use.
Yeah, go to use AI JD.
Okay, let's use Jade.
And then you can type in anything you want.
The world is your oyster.
We'll just hear clicking sounds for the next 20 seconds.
All right, let's see how this works.
And then generate speech.
Viktor Wilt is so awesome.
All right.
And you can speed it up. You can also talk as yourself, and it'll change it into Jade's voice.
Okay, there's a little bit faster.
Viktor Wilt is so awesome.
Okay, how do I record
Voice changer?
voice changer? Are you listeners really enjoying this? This is fun, isn't it?
Left-hand side.
Okay, voice changer.
And then record anything that you want to do. Like right now, we'll stay quiet.
Okay. Hey, it's Jade Davis. Viktor Wilt is so cool. He's just the best radio DJ of all time, and I just want to announce to everyone in East Idaho, I'm giving him a big fat raise today. So you heard it first right here. I promise I'm giving it to him, and if he claims that I didn't do so, here's the proof. Or blah 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 blah. Okay,
Probably the nicest words to ever come out of his mouth.
And then go to generate speech on the bottom there.
all right. I wish I was more prepared for this break. You got to give me the heads up on what we're doing.
Got to keep you on your
Hey,
toes.
it's Jade Davis. Viktor Wilt is so cool. He's just the best radio DJ of all time.
See,
And I just want to announce to everyone in East Idaho, I'm giving him a big fat raise today. So you
All right, that's fun. That's fun.
He said it. He said it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for my 11 Labs training. And Jade, thank you for the raise that's coming my way. I heard you say it, and it's clearly you.
Of course, of course.
All right. Well, see, Maddie, you don't even sound like you have a lisp.
Well, I'm not talking very much, but like that second or third day, I got my tongue pierced, and they stuck me at the front desk to talk on the phone. Awful.
Yeah, there were a few days after I got that gum graft that, it was horrible.
Any
It was
pain
horrible.
going on, like in your mouth, like gum graft, tongue piercing, like first 2 days of braces. Awful.
Yeah, or when they tighten them up.
Couldn't even eat ramen noodles. Those were dark times.
Dark times.
Dark times.
Yeah.
Can you say structural steel storage systems?
Oh no.
Try saying it.
Structural steel storage systems.
All right, everybody.
It'll get better when I have a shorter bar in 2 weeks.
Oh, man, this is great. I found Brad Barlow on 11 Labs. Now, if you're not familiar with Brad Barlow is an East Idaho radio legend. Used to be one of the morning hosts on Z103. He was very supportive as I got my start in radio, very encouraging. He's a great guy. So why not dig in and have some fun with his AI voice on 11 Labs? Oh, now, again, Brad's great. And thankfully, he's one of the only guys I know in the market with a sense of humor. If I have some fun, I don't think he's going to get butthurt. Hopefully not. You never know. But there are a couple different versions of Brad's voice that we can use to, just say whatever. Now, he's got the ASMR style voice, which he calls, "Hey, it's Brad, your favorite boyfriend." All right, you ready to hear this? This made me laugh so hard. Just because I've known Brad for so many years. But I could see, somebody needs to throw together a commercial or something using this voice. Listen to this.
Hey, babe. You don't need to be strong for anyone right now. Just listen to my voice and breathe.
All right. Thanks, Brad. Here's his voice for imaging or like movie trailers.
Hey, it's Brad. This is the voice for radio station and podcast imaging, stadium announcements, edgy or dramatic television promos and documentaries.
Very, very nice.
Hey, it's Brad.
No, I didn't want to play it. I want to use it. I don't have to like pay or something, do I?
This is
All right. I'm going to put together a promo for my show utilizing Brad's voice. But it's going to take me a few to get it together. I just had to show everybody Brad's sexy voice because it's so funny.
Hey, babe. You don't need to be strong for anyone right now. Just listen to my voice.
I think that's the one I'm going to use to make a promo. Hey, it's Brad Barlow. If you want to hear, I'm making myself laugh here. You want to hear the sexiest voice in East Idaho radio? You're tuned into the right place. The Viktor Wilt Show. If he licensed his voice out to 11 Labs, I can use it to do that. All right. I'm going to have some fun with this, and maybe I'll get it done by the end of the show. But thank you, Brad, for publicly announcing that your voice was available on 11 Labs. Oh, any other radio DJ? Come on. We need Roper. We need Roper on 11 Labs.
Howdy, partner. You all listening to the Viktor Wilkes show? Yeah.
Come on, Roper. Just go for it. Or the Hawkman. Yeah. Don Jarrett, where you at? Come on. Shaggy. Come on, Shaggy. I'm not putting my voice on there. No way. All right. Before I go, got a question for you. Would you go see the Annabelle doll in person? All right. If you're not familiar with the Annabelle doll, I guess you've never seen any of the Conjuring movies. The Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann doll that is supposed to be cursed. And, it was the basis for the movie Annabelle and such. And the real Annabelle doll, which has been locked in this case, and you're not supposed to touch it, and you're not supposed to laugh at it or anything. I guess it's currently out on tour, hitting the road. So they took it to Louisiana, and I don't know if you paid attention to the news out of Louisiana in the last week or so, but upon the arrival of the Annabelle doll, well, that big plantation, the biggest plantation house in the South, I guess, burnt to the ground. I talked about that last week because it weirded me out. Not the fact that it burned down, but that it was a place where people would do weddings. Oh, I love you so much. Let's go to this place with such a, beautiful history and, say our vows to be together till the end of time. Who on earth would want to have a wedding at a plantation? It's crazy to me. So, I haven't seen a lot of people that seem to be very bummed out about the place burning to the ground, but they're blaming Annabelle. Annabelle came, and now look what happened. A place with horrible history burnt to the ground. Another thing that happened was a whole bunch of inmates escaped from the New Orleans prison. I think it was like 11 dudes, and some of them are still on the run. Bunch of murderers and things like that. So everybody's freaking out like, oh, it's because they brought the Annabelle doll here, and now they've brought it over to San Antonio, and there are complaints rolling in like crazy. People are like, there's too much spooky stuff to ignore. Get Annabelle out of San Antonio. Going to be in town for the weekend Psychic and Spirit Fest. That sounds pretty fun. I'd go. I'd be down to go check out the Psychic and Spirit Fest. Now, the Annabelle doll was originally, or I guess even, currently, aside from when it's on this road trip, stored at the Warrens, the Ed and Lorraine Warren Museum or whatever in Connecticut. But it's not open. You can't go see all of their haunted stuff. Like if you've seen the Conjuring movies, the Warrens, they got this room, this basement, just packed with haunted stuff. I'd totally go. How much worse could things get? I don't know. I would love to have some paranormal stuff just happen right in front of my face, okay? Because it's kind of like aliens. I want to believe, but I've never had any good experiences. Maybe I need to go to the Haunted Festival. I'm going to Texas this weekend. Screw it. Oh, I bet it's miserable in San Antonio. Isn't it pretty hot down there? I don't even want to know. But anyway, the people holding this thing are like, it's not Annabelle's fault. It's just a coincidence. But don't open the case. Got to lock it back up in the Warrens' basement, the only place it's apparently safe. But I'm kind of amazed that the surviving family members of the Warren family don't open that. You know how much money they could make if they opened that museum to the public? I mean, you're not going to make people more afraid of it by not opening it. Maybe they really believe, maybe they truly believe, like, we can't let the public in here. The world will burst into flames. I don't know. If it was me, I'd try to take the dough. You know, you need every penny you can get nowadays. Money's tight. Groceries are expensive. Yeah, I won't get into that one. Anyway, I'm going to leave. I'll be back for the noon hour of madness and mayhem. I got Kill Switch Engage coming up. I appreciate your company, just like every day. You're the best. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you to Brad Barlow for the kind words on my show today. And I'll see y'all in a bit. All right? Cool. Thank you again for tuning in to the Viktor Wilkes Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.